Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to be teaching you exactly how you can become a freelance writer even if you have no experience, by avoiding some of the worst and most common misinformation that you've probably seen all over the internet. We're going to be debunking these lies today. That way you know what's true and what's not, so you can actually start getting freelance writing jobs. And as we go through each of these points, I want you to keep in mind this is coming from the perspective of me having built a $5,000 a month freelance writing business in just 4 months after I lost my terrible soul-sucking job. And it's also coming from the perspective of me teaching thousands of writers just like you how to get clients, as well as hiring writers. So you're kind of getting a behind-the-scenes editor/client viewpoint too every time you watch one of my videos, this one included. Now if you're new around here, well, first of all, hello and welcome. My name is Jordan and I run writingrevolt.com, as well as this YouTube channel where I teach you how to become a freelance writer as well as improve your copywriting skills. Go ahead and throw a like my way if you enjoyed this video, because it actually really does help my channel out, and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. And if you are ready to debunk these bullshit lies about freelance writing, well then just keep watching. Okay, let's start off with bullshit myth number 1, which might actually be the one that infuriates me the most because it is so misleading. Bullshit myth number 1 is that you need to pay your dues on Upwork and Fiverr first. Please, please, please do not believe this. I do not care if you're a beginner, if you have no experience, it does not matter. Beginner or not, you don't need to devalue yourself by accepting minimum wage or less on these sites that are frankly exploiting writers like you. They take a cut of your pay, they force you to race to the bottom because clients there are shopping based on price, and there's just so many other problems with these sites. Like, they could change their rules at any time in a way that negatively impacts you. I actually just filmed another YouTube video where I shared the story of my student Sierra, who called Upwork her biggest mistake as a beginner freelance writer. She told me she spent months on Upwork and literally made $0 from it. But when she started actually marketing herself and got her site up, started sending cold emails, she got a $1,600 mental health writing gig using the method that I teach inside of my program, which is a pretty awesome result, just saying. But look, whatever you do, just know that you do not have to start making less than minimum wage on these terrible websites. You can start your own freelance writer website and start a real freelance writing business where you get to call the shots, you set your rates, and you actually get to work with clients who aren't lowballing assholes. If you want to learn how to do that and all the steps to get to your first 1K, I'll throw the link to my free masterclass up above as well as below in the description box and in the pinned comments, so you absolutely cannot miss it. Especially if you're a beginner with no experience, or maybe if you've done a little bit of writing but you don't know really where to start with your freelance writing business and marketing, make sure you sign up for this free training. It is incredibly in-depth and actionable and will teach you exactly how to make your first 1K without any of these terrible websites. Alright, moving right along to bullshit myth number 2, which is you don't really need a freelance writing niche. Okay, I know I said the Upwork thing really pissed me off, but this is right up there with that because it is so not true. Especially if you are a beginner and you have no experience, you must choose a freelance writing niche and market yourself in that niche. Now let me tell you why this is from a sales psychology standpoint. When you're a beginner, you have no experience, you're not going to have things that build trust, things like testimonials, fancy bylines, amazing work experience in the writing realm, etc. What you can do to build trust, which you must have by the way, someone's got to trust you at least on a basic level before they will hire you and pay you well. Especially, the way you build trust as a beginner is with your niche. It's by making clients say, this person is the perfect fit for my specific needs, instead of just saying, oh, this person might be able to do it, but I don't know, they specialize in a bunch of different things and their messaging is confusing. So please pick a niche. If you have any questions about how to do it, please comment below and ask away, and I will do my best to help you out. And better yet, grab my free guide with 101 freelance writing niches that are really profitable. Not only is it like a big ass list of really good niches, it also breaks down why some of these niches are good and how you can market yourself in these niches. So yeah, definitely grab that and check that out. It is really important that you have a defined and profitable niche before you actually ever start pitching and cold emailing, if you want those pitches and cold emails to be effective. Too many beginner freelance writers think of each piece of their marketing as kind of separate and they just kind of wing it with each piece, when in reality you gotta be thinking about your marketing as a system. Okay, So your niche will dictate how you approach your website and your samples, and all of those things play into how you write your pitches and your cold emails when you are pitching yourself to potential clients. So every single piece needs to work together correctly for you to get the best results. Keep that in mind and be sure to grab that free niches guide linked down below in the description box. Bullshit myth number 3 is that courses and coaching are a total scam. I know what you're thinking, Jordan, you offer courses. Why should I be listening to you about this? First of all, you gotta lose the attitude. But seriously, I get it. I really do. As a skeptic and as someone who doesn't have like a bunch of entrepreneurs in my family, so I've never been around people investing in things like courses and coaching and never really been encouraged to do that by like family and friends. This was all really new to me at one point too. You gotta remember, I started my business as a broke college dropout, and most of my work experience is retail and call centers, so I didn't have a whole lot going for me. And I'm pretty sure the first course I ever invested in for my business caused me to have like a major freak out, even though it wasn't even a big business investment, because it was just uncomfortable. It was something I'd never done before. But let me tell you, taking the right courses and getting the right coaching and mentors has made all the difference for me in my career. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Literally changed my entire career and my life as a result. And I actually think like trying to do something with this many steps and this complex without that step-by-step guidance for each little piece is kind of like trying to assemble a really complicated piece of IKEA furniture without the directions, right? There's so many moving pieces and parts, and if you mess just one part up, it throws the whole thing off, and before you know it, you got a really fucked up IKEA desk that collapses as soon as you set your computer on it. Not a good situation, and that's really how I feel about business too. I actually realized not too long ago that I've personally invested more in courses and coaching for my business than what I spent on my car. That's because growing my business is a big priority for me, and I'm willing to go big, investing time and money on the things that are my top priorities in life. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out right now as a beginner and buy a car's worth of courses or coaching or whatever, but I do want to let you know that you do need to get comfortable investing in things. Not only courses and coaching, but things like a domain for your website, or maybe you want to download some cold emailing leads, things like this. You've got to get in that mindset where you are investing in yourself and thinking like a business owner. On to bullshit myth number 4, which is that cold emailing just doesn't work. This is a flat out lie, because yes, it absolutely does work. It has worked for me. It has worked for so many of my students. And yes, it even has worked in 2020 and 2021 during these unpredictable times. Now, if cold emailing hasn't worked for you, I'm just gonna say it, it's because you're not doing it right. From a sales standpoint, there are 6 key elements you need in every single cold email, and if you're missing just one, that can throw your whole cold emailing and marketing strategy off, because there is a huge difference between doing something and actually doing it correctly. And I want you to remember, I'm saying this as someone who has not only successfully cold emailed many times, but has also taught so many other freelance writers how to cold email and pitch successfully. Not saying that to brag, by the way, not at all. Just want you to know where this information is coming from. So other than not really knowing the sales pieces of a cold email, a mistake that a lot of beginners make is not having the other marketing pieces in place before they cold email, right? So you've got to have the whole system working together to get the best results, meaning you have a profitable niche, a site that's optimized for your niche, and 2 to 3 niche relevant samples that you are really confident in before you send that well-written, tailored, optimized cold email. It all has to go together. You want every piece to be working correctly. Now again, if you're not sure about any of these pieces or how they fit together, be sure you take my free class on how to make your first 1K freelance writing. It is really actionable and in-depth and will help you get a lot of clarity on the exact step-by-step process you need to be taking. Bullshit myth number 5 is that you need a college degree or impressive work experience to get high-paying clients. This is just simply not true. I am living proof of this. So many of my students are living proof of this. I am a college dropout. I dropped out 3 different times. And like I said, most of my work experience has been shitty retail and call center jobs. So what I want you to know is your lack of experience is not the real thing holding you back. Now you might think it is, and you're like, well, yeah, it actually is the thing holding me back. But no, it's not, because I've seen it in my life and so many of my students that the lack of experience is not what's holding you back. The real thing holding you back is fear. Fear that you don't know enough, fear that you're not good enough, fear that you're gonna fail, fear that you're gonna get rejected. Comment below and tell me what's the biggest fear holding you back right now. I do read every comment and I'll try to help you out. I'll try to talk you through it, because I know that fear is really the big thing that is more more than likely holding you back. And by the way, no one is saying if you're a total beginner, the first pitch you need to send needs to go to the New York Times or Apple or some huge publication or company. You can start small with the business right down the street from you. Use that project to get some samples, get a testimonial, and then just build and build from there. That's kind of the process I use. I started small, but then I kind of raised my expectations and my rates, of course, very quickly as I got testimonials and social proof and all these things, and it just kind of snowballs from there. But the thing is, you do have to start, right? You do have to actually start in spite of your doubts and your fears if you ever want to get to that point. So please start. Please do not hold yourself back. If you've been wanting to do this and researching it and thinking about it, you're gonna have to actually act. Nobody's telling you gotta overcome all your fears, but I am telling you you're gonna have to take action in spite of your fears. And again, you can do that with so many free resources that I have linked for you down below in the description box, including a portfolio tutorial, a free class, a guide to 101 of the best niches. I really recommend focusing on just one thing though. Like, don't click 20 links and open 20 tabs and then you're just overwhelmed, right? Ask yourself, what is the one step you need to take right now, and then take action on that step. And if you don't know what that step is, sign up for my free class on how to make your first 1K freelance writing, because it is going to help you get so much clarity and actually start taking action so you can start landing freelance writing clients even if you are a total beginner. And by the way, if you're watching this video around the time I'm actually publishing the video, then that means Killer Cold Emailing, my best-selling course, is actually opening up publicly very soon. Get on the wait list. I will throw that down below in the description box as well as the pinned comment so you cannot miss it. This is just my course for beginner freelance writers and my best-selling program. And yeah, like I said, if you want to learn more about that, you can hop on that wait list below because it will be opening very soon. Alright my friends, you know what time it is. It is time for Tito here to pick out his favorite comment of the day. Tito's comment of the day says, "Thank you, Jordan. I am just starting my way. I like how you really talk straightforward and really clear. May you be blessed." Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for all of your kind comments. I read them all and I appreciate you guys keeping this such a positive space so much. It really means a lot to me, and I think it means a lot to Tito here too. I'm gonna let him go sit on his blanket now because he just cannot get away fast enough. But if you enjoyed this video, please throw a like my way. It actually really helps my channel out and tells the YouTube algorithm that, hey, this video doesn't suck. Comment below with any questions and I'll do my best to help you out, and make sure you subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any more videos just like this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.